Hey there, Shakers, and welcome back to another episode of Worth Your Salt, the podcast that's here to supercharge your marketing in the health and wellness space. I'm Jennifer Oraqua, StoryBrand certified coach, and over the past 2 decades, my team and I have tested, iterated, and figured out what it takes to market and grow so you don't have to. Now I'm here to help you apply the marketing systems that truly work. At Salt Marketing, we're all about helping wellness practitioners like you build trust, authority, and a nonstop flow of clients. So if you're ready to take your practice to the next level, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Now, in the competitive world of wellness and aesthetics, retaining clients and enhancing their lifetime value is paramount. Traditional loyalty programs often fall short, lacking personalization and seamless integration into the client's daily life. But imagine a loyalty solution that not only rewards your clients, but also integrates directly into their digital wallets, offering personalized experiences and real-time engagement. Enter the KCard, a revolutionary digital loyalty program designed to transform how you connect with your clientele. Today, I'm so excited to introduce my friend Crystelle Topatan, the visionary CEO of Launchy.io. With over a decade of experience in business process automation, Crystelle has been instrumental in helping service-based businesses streamline operations and enhance client engagement. Under her leadership, Launchy.io has introduced a number of highly innovative solutions, like the KCard. Today, she and I are talking about how the KCard can be a game changer for your practice, with insights into implementation, benefits, and the future of client loyalty in the wellness industry. Crystelle, thank you so much for being here with me today.
So excited to be with you, Jennifer, and to be talking about KCard. Amazing.
So we always like to start with a little backstory. Every guest has a unique story to tell. So I would love it if you would share your journey and what led to Launchy.io.
Well, it has been like a lot of journeys, lots of twists and turns. And really, I started out in the automation space, working with some amazing influencers and speakers that I'm sure a lot of people know, people like Anthony Robbins, Dr. John DeMartini, many influencers from all over the world, where they needed not just email marketing, but they needed some pretty serious automation and some strategy behind how they could reach these big audiences. And that really led me down the path to find tools like Infusionsoft and Keep. And then also the solutions that come with that to actually enhance the automation. And like you said, look at different areas of our marketing, like not just getting new clients in, but retaining those clients and getting more from them, creating loyalty programs and the like, which is kind of what brought us to here.
So tell me a little bit about Launchy.io's core mission. Like how do you support businesses in today's digital landscape?
We love working with businesses of all shapes and sizes. What we start with is 100% the strategy, because there is so much tech out there. There are so many options when it comes to CRMs and automation and how we can build an ecosystem. So we look at, what is a business trying to achieve? And then what's the best tech to use for that? How do we integrate that together? And then getting down to the nitty-gritty of emails, SMS. Are we using the digital wallet solution? Are we using membership sites? And what is the story that they're trying to tell to engage with their client?
I just can't wait any longer. Tell me about the KCard. How did that vision come to be? I was so excited when you started sharing this with me. I know it's going to be a game changer for those that are listening. So tell me a little bit about the KCard and where did it come from?
That actually came from a request from a winery of ours. So they wanted to dig deep on their loyalty program. So not just have a wine club. So anyone that, loves wine probably knows what I'm talking about there when I say wine club. So it's like a subscription where you receive a box of wine every month or every quarter or something along those lines. They wanted to also offer some loyalty programs for the one-time buyers to look at turning them into repeat buyers, or the people that, they might be on a bit of a tour and they're going to 3 or 4 different wineries, and our winery wanted to stand out, because a lot of people walk in and walk out again and you never know who they are. And so that kind of came from we have this problem. How can we resolve it? And so we created the solution, which is now KCard. And so not only can our wineries and other clients, because it's extended, it goes beyond the winery industry. And that's what we love about what we do. We can take something that's working in one industry and apply it somewhere else. And they're like our wineries, they're on their phone. They're on their visitor's phone that they can send reminders. They can, like, it's just that it blew their mind, because now they are able to communicate through notifications to someone who isn't even necessarily on their database yet, which is a very, very powerful thing.
Totally. Yeah. That's what got me so excited about it. And I started to see the applications in a broader sense. So tell me a little bit about how the KCard is different from other more traditional loyalty programs. Like in the wellness industry, we're used to punch cards or VIP memberships and things like that, and pay a certain price and you get one from column A and one from column B, that kind of a thing. So how is the KCard different? What does it do that other programs don't?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the really great thing about KCard is you can have it with or without a loyalty program in place behind the scenes. So you can use it as a new media channel, which is super exciting. Like when I say a new media channel, you can actually send push notifications to a phone that has the KCard or has your branded KCard on the mobile phone, and that will even come up on a lock screen. So we're not talking SMS, we're talking a push notification that can also be geo-targeted. So if somebody is passing by your salon or they arrive, you might send them a welcome email. If they're passing by, you might send them a little reminder to drop in and see you because you have a special. If they're going to a particular event where you know that location is at a specific place, you might have a message that comes up saying, don't forget to come and visit us at stall number 3. So there is so much you can do with the media channel side where you can actually be sending out notifications to them. Then you also have it's kind of 3, like with the digital wallet, you've got 3 purposes of a digital card in your wallet. You have obviously where you can buy things through your digital wallet, but you can also now see if you have a loyalty program in place. So if you think about like the punch card that you just spoke about, you can actually have that in a digital form where if people are coming multiple times to visit you and each time they come, they get an equivalent of a stamp, you can show that on their card so they know where they're at. How many more visits do I have until I get a free thing? If you have different tiers of membership, you can show what tier they're at. Or in the case of our wineries, they actually use that to every time someone spends $15, this is one example, $15 at our cellar door online, they get a point. And then that adds up and then they can use their points to go towards the next purchase, which is so, so powerful because it makes people become repeat buyers and you can remind them to use their points because they can expire. So it takes the old loyalty program and just like turbocharges it. It is just, it's really changing the way that we can engage with not only our buyers, but our prospects as well. So very, very exciting.
You just said like 6 things that I want to dig deeper into, but I'm going to limit myself here a little bit. So you said you can geolocate. I heard something around events, like if you had a booth at an event or something like that, you could send people push notifications to remind them to come to your booth. And then you were talking about if they spend a certain amount of money, you can also incentivize them that way. How does that work? Is that tied in with a point of sale system or with Keep, or how does that work? How does that integration work?
Yeah. So, the first one with the geo-targeting, I think it's around 10 different locations. So when somebody goes to those geolocations, a push notification is sent to them. So there is a system that you can use outside, like with a user interface that you can control where those locations are and how they get pushed out and at what time. Or you can actually integrate it with a system like Keep where there's automation. And you can treat it as if you were going to be sending an email or an SMS through your CRM. And so we've done that integration, and that's part of what makes up KCard and the technology is that you can actually insert it into your automation and time it with a particular rollout or workflow that you have. If you have a specific campaign for an event, for instance, you might actually have a number of different notifications that go out at different times of the event. So let's say you're sponsoring the drinks at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You might send everyone a message at 3:45 and say, make sure you come to this spot at 4 o'clock. We've got a glass of wine waiting for you.
Brilliant.
You know, you can have links that go through on the back of your card for people to be able to log in to an online portal. Maybe you want them to be able to log in and make their booking and actually interact with that card as well. So you can, all of that around, that's geo-targeting and the timing of the rollout there. It's unlimited too. Like, we're not talking about paying by SMS or anything like that. Notifications, there's no limits on those, really.
One of the things you were talking about was where they can actually check their wallet to see what kind of points they have, whether they have to get to the next level, and that idea of sort of gamification of the loyalty. So how does the KCard kind of align with current consumer engagement trends?
That's a really great question. So there are so many consumer engagement trends when it comes to how people want to interact. And what we're finding is people want, like, you want to reduce friction in a process. You want to make it easy for people to download and engage with you before they commit. Not everyone wants to opt in. So, you know, some of our brands that use KCard, they like to use it as a almost like a coupon or a promotional offer, where people can actually download it off an ad or off an email or an SMS, and they can use that without actually having to opt in or do anything or give their details until they're ready, but you can still be sending notifications. So really being able to, that's great for people that are very wary about privacy, and because you're not collecting any details until they want to really jump in and engage with you. And so that is a really great way for you know, the old download an app and have to update the app all the time and now I'm logged out of my app. I've got to figure out how to log into the app. All of that's gone with with technology like KCard, because it's sitting inside someone's digital wallet. There's so much power to have your brand sitting right next to the credit card and debit card and the other loyalty cards that somebody has, let's say, for a liquor shop or their Mecca digital card that they have in there, and you have your brand sitting there and they see that every single time. There's no logging in. On the back of the card, there's all the information and there's links, there's everything that they can interact with. So the actual being able to actually get through to people without bombarding them with emails and SMS and all of that in a personalised way. So, and when I say personalised, you're talking about that connection to the loyalty program and them being able to see where they're at. And so, you know, there's a system called Lightspeed that you may have heard of, and that is it's a great point of sale system. It is, I think it might have just been voted like world's #1 point of sale system across many sectors, and bars, cafes, beauticians, like there is so many different verticals that use it, and it is a really great tool that we've integrated with, and that actually works together with a loyalty program. And so as long as the great thing is we can integrate with almost anything, as long as we're talking a bit tech now, but as long as the API is open, we can actually explore integrating with it to pull the information across. Because if you think about the KCard that you have that is branded for your business, we want to be able to pull expiry dates or anniversary dates or loyalty program names, personal details like your first name, last name onto there. And then if there are points building up, we want to be able to pull that. So all that data has to exist somewhere else, which will be in that ecosystem, whether it be CRM or your point of sale system. And then that interacts with it. Sometimes we're building custom systems for companies because they're really wanting to have their own model and specialist loyalty system. Other times we're just plugging in something else that is already working within a business. And but not everyone has the full loyalty system. Some people just use it to be staying top of mind and really being in the car, being in the digital wallet, being able to send notifications and geo-targeting. And then the next stage is then adding loyalty programs. So that's a really long answer to your question there.
That's okay though. No, it's good to know that robust functionality is available, that those integrations are possible. Even if you might not be ready for those right out of the gate, there's so much more that's possible. And we need to take a quick sponsorship break right now. I love what you said a minute ago about removing the friction, like you don't have to download an app and all those things. So when we come back, I want to explore how the KCard can help us with prospecting. For the longest time, it's been, put this list builder out there, collect people's email addresses and then email them to death. This sounds like it changes everything. We'll be back in just a minute. Hey there, Salt Nation. If you're ready to scale your practice and make a real impact, I want to make sure you know about a game changer. Keep, K-E-A-P, the business automation software we use and recommend at Salt Marketing. Imagine this. Before Keep, you're spending countless hours and dollars to generate leads, send follow-up emails, guessing about what your employees, your prospects, your customers might want from you. It's overwhelming. Now, picture your life with Keep. You have a streamlined, automated system that handles all of these tasks for you. Your employees are onboarded consistently, your clients receive timely reminders, personalized emails, and seamless service. You get to focus on what you do best, helping your clients achieve their wellness goals. Keep is HIPAA compliant. That means you can trust it with sensitive client information, ensuring their privacy and security. And with customer lifecycle automation, you can capture leads directly from your website and follow up with them automatically to turn them into raving fans. If you're ready to transform your practice, head over to saltmarketing.co/keep for a free trial. When you partner with Salt Marketing, you'll save on Keep and enjoy perks like additional contacts and, of course, our expertise on getting it launched and making money for you right away. Don't wait. Take the leap and automate your business today with Keep. Head to saltmarketing.co/keep for your free trial. Your future self will thank you. We're back here on the Worth Your Salt podcast with Crystelle Topatan of Launchy.io, and we're talking about how Launchy.io's innovative KCard can help wellness practitioners and med spa owners boost client retention, drive repeat visits, and increase the lifetime value of every client. So, Crystelle, I want to kind of dig in for this particular audience. Why do you think that the KCard would be particularly beneficial for wellness practitioners?
I think in any industry, we need to be thinking about loyalty, and we need to be thinking how do we get our current customers excited and turn them into repeat raving fans. So they're coming back and they're buying from us constantly. And they're not just doing it because we're bombarding them with offers and specials. They're actually coming because the brand is top of mind, and I think there's a lot of competition in every single market, and we need to stand out. And so that's where KCard really comes in, and it's giving this new platform to communicate through, but also to stay top of mind and use in a different way. People demand innovative solutions, and we really believe that this is that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so I want to learn more about increasing client retention and loyalty. But first, let's talk a little bit about this idea of prospecting, of connecting with people and encouraging them to become a client. Tell me a little bit about how that might work.
So there's some really great case studies out there around businesses using KCard behind Facebook pay-per-click ads, even just on email and SMS campaigns that are going out to big partner-based lists. And literally you can be taking it like a let's say it's if you're wanting to drive foot traffic, you're wanting to bring people into the salon or into an event, or into just a retail shop, you can be putting out like a coupon code as such, but it actually is looking like a little flyer that sits in the digital wallet, and you can turn sharing on or off for the KCard that sits inside the digital wallet. So what that does is maybe it's come into store, show us your card, and you could name your card to be exactly what you would like it to be called. It is designed exactly how you would like to see it, and have an expiry date. Maybe it's a 20% off for a particular brand. Come in and get a Nude by Nature 20% off for your makeup. Expires August 31st, 2025. And then once they come in and they show that to you, not only can they get that discount, I mean, it might not be a one-off, it might disappear once they use it, or they might actually start sharing it with their friends. And if there's no limitations from a business point of view, then you can leave sharing on and encourage them to share it as well. So what's really exciting about that, anyone who downloads that special promotion onto their card, they are exactly the same as if they were on your database, but you can be sending those notifications through to them. You can be retargeting them on their own phone with a personalised message to encourage them to use that coupon. So very, very powerful with that side of things. So for those of you who know the marketing techie term of lead magnet, think of it like a lead magnet.
Yeah.
It very much can be used in that way.
Brilliant. And so I know that there are ways to sort of personalize that experience. What can the KCard do in terms of personalization and really making it feel like this offer was meant for me?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So if we have their first name, last name, and if they've actually been a previous buyer, so if we're talking about your community and database, then we can be syncing across any details that are going to basically show that this is their card, this is their connection to the brand, but also looking at it from a CRM and database standpoint, if we segment a list down to what kind of products or services somebody has used before, and what that they like. And typically, let's say most people come in for a particular facial once a month, then you could time those offers and those notifications to be around the standard time that someone would usually come back in, and start to nurture them and remind them about that in a soft, personalised way, so they know that they're not just getting targeted just for any old product. They're actually getting information that's relevant to them and what they know that they already like.
Amazing. That is just amazing. I just think that that's just such a game changer for so many people. And you touched on this a little while ago, but I want to talk about differentiation. How can the KCard help wellness practitioners stand out in what is a insanely competitive market?
Comment we made earlier around reducing friction in a process. If we are easy to do business with and we make communication and connection easy, it starts to make us stand out, because you have your brand, it sits in the digital wallet. They're not having to log in to any apps or anything like that. We can also auto log them into, let's say, a little, it might be a membership area where they're going to watch a facial be done or something clever like that. You can use that KCard, your branded KCard, to really send them on the journey that is timely and relevant for them based on what you know about them. And being next to their credit cards and their other loyalty programs, it puts that brand alignment up there with the big guys. Like once upon a time, this was only for the big guys. And now with technology like KCard and its integration capabilities, you literally can be in anyone's Google or Apple wallet within minutes. Like it just hasn't been possible before. We know that there's stats like 81% of millennials use offers and take action off expiration reminders from their mobile device these days. Now, if you're not doing that, if you're not being out there to be seen, how will they find you? How will they know? They just won't know, because people just don't look at their emails like they used to. Mm-hmm. So we need to think of different ways to really connect and reach them.
Yeah, I used to work in a particular market where we would ask our clients, how would you like us to communicate with you? Would you like us to give you a phone call? No, that's too cumbersome. Would you like us to send you an email? No, I'm not going to read that. I mean, it would go on and on. And so this is really the answer to that. It's amazing. So I really want to dive a little bit more into this as far as special offers and things like that. We've got to take another quick break, but we'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Worth Your Salt podcast, and today I'm talking with Crystelle Topatan of Launchy.io about how you can increase the lifetime value of every client with virtual loyalty programs. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to join us over on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and let us know how you're creating loyalty and repeat business. We're back. And so before the break, we were talking about how wellness practitioners, even med spa owners, can use the KCard to create deeper client relationships and more consistent revenue through automated but highly personalized engagement. And now I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about what it actually takes to get started. For those listening who are ready to bring this kind of loyalty system into their practice, I really want to dive into the technical side of things: setup, integration, customization, all the things in between. So what's the initial setup process for a business interested in implementing the KCard?
So I would say we would start with the basics. We'd kick off with getting a card and your brand onto a card, and start thinking about who is going to be offered to use the card initially. You might have a few different types of cards as well. You might have a promotional card, and then you might have, say, a VIP members card, and then there might be a standard community card, for instance, or you might just choose to do it all in one. So we'd look at the strategy behind that and what's going to work best there. Now, that then it doesn't need to connect with anything at that point. So I would say you put your toe in the water first and start to get used to the technology, get used to how it works and what you can do with it. Look at the geo-targeting opportunity as well to see, first geo-targeting opportunity is when our customers arrive at the salon. And so, okay, we set that up. And so we'd start to really go down these avenues and think about, okay, is there seasonal campaigns or notifications that we want to go out? Is this going to be a manual send out when you want to be using just the user interface for KCard? Or do we want to look at integrating that into some automation workflow within the CRM? And so that would 100% be the first place to start.
I love that. So you're saying it can function independently. You don't have to do all these integrations and all this fancy nerdy stuff that you and I like so much, but they can start simply, yes?
Yes, 100% they can. And I would actually recommend it. It's a really great way to just get to know the technology. And the really great thing is it's quite simple to use. It's because all the heavy lifting and the techie side, that's all behind the scenes working its magic. So the really great way you can do, step by step and then kind of build up as you start to get the value from it within your business.
I know those are the sweetest words most of the people listening have heard, that it's easy to use, because oftentimes the tech is where we get tripped up. But what kind of support is available during the onboarding process and getting ramped up?
Oh, yeah, loads and loads of support. So at Launchy.io, we are a team of 10. We are in the US, Australia, and the Philippines. So we have people in every time zone, and we support every step of the way. So once you're armed with what you need to use the tool, if you like to do things yourself, then we hand you the keys and you're good to go. If you are someone that wants to kind of stick to what you're magic at and you like to outsource all of the support, implementation, and also some companies like to use us like an automation department. So we're actually driving it and basically just checking in with you to make sure that we're hitting the goals and any new bits and pieces we need to consider, and we kind of, work in that way too. So we can be as involved or not as a business likes. And I think that works quite well depending on, what your resources are like. And also, we find a lot of businesses have high turnover and like to have us kind of on the side to help. So you'll never get left alone if you don't want to be.
Very good. And so you mentioned this earlier about security and privacy, and some of our listeners are subject to HIPAA requirements and making sure that they ensure the privacy of their client information. But what measures are in place and how does that work with the KCard?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So we never store any data in any integrations between KCard and your CRM, or for some of the Medispa businesses who have practice management systems, we never store any data outside of that or in intermediary databases as such, because some integrations need to do that to have data syncing. So we don't touch any privacy concerns with that, particularly when it comes to patient like private notes that come from with patients that are coming in and that's sitting in a practice management system, or if there's conversations that are sitting with notes inside a CRM or a sales pipeline for some businesses. So privacy is 100% all good and covered, and we don't kind of step on any toes in that.
Yeah. And of course, if you use Keep or Thrive or something like that is HIPAA compliant, then all the data is stored over there and you're good to go. So that's good to know. Can the KCard be adapted for businesses with multiple locations or even franchises?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So there can actually be some really clever ways that you can use a KCard on an umbrella level and then the individual locations. So if it was controlled by one company at the top, so the main brand that has franchised, then that can you can have separate cards per location, or you could actually have one card that actually goes across all of them, and then you would in that case want to be syncing information from the system. So then it's showing location information. But depending on the use case, it's perfect for that scenario because you can communicate on a whole new level. And you could also take it up one more level and have, depending on how many franchise locations there are, you could actually use that from a business communication standpoint as well. And if people need to log in to a back-end portal to learn, I know, for instance, you have an amazing back-end portal where you teach a lot of Medispa owners different tricks and tips and all kinds of things. You could actually have that for your business for people to be able to log in and actually watch their training and get into that content on their mobile phone without having to log into an app or anything like that. It just auto logs them into that portal. So there's some really clever ways that you can do that and kind of use it like an app, but with really much, much simpler, cleaner features.
Yeah, I love that. When you said that a minute ago about, you might lead them straight over to a video that might be a welcome video, or here's what to expect for your injectables appointment or something like that, that creates that relationship even before someone walks through the door. I love that idea. It's fantastic. So much fantastic information that you've shared, so many possibilities. So if we're listening and we can't wait to get started, where can we go to learn more?
Definitely connect with me on socials. Come and connect with me on Insta or Facebook or LinkedIn. But also you can email me. All my details will be on the website, and launchy.io is our website that you can actually go and watch a masterclass about KCard and all the tools that work with it. So yeah, lots and lots of opportunities to connect.
Love that. And of course, a link to launchy.io and everything that Crystelle's talking about today will be on our website at saltmarketing.co. But right now, Crystelle, it is time for our lightning round questions. These are a few quick questions that I like to ask of every guest. Are you ready?
Sure thing.
All right. First question is, what's something about you that often surprises people?
I absolutely love learning about and listening to podcasts about like prisons and the history of prisons. I think it's such a random thing. I know but it's, I just find it fascinating that these people can think this way. And just human behavior. It's just a crazy thing.
How funny. I never would have guessed that about you. All right. So the next question is, what's your favorite thing about the work that you do?
I absolutely love helping business owners bring their idea to life and monetizing it. It lights me up. And I think it goes back to when I used to promote speakers and help them build platforms for themselves. I think I really love helping people create and make things. So yeah, that's me.
Very nice. I could definitely relate to that. All right. Next question. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
You know what? I think it is, when you have a problem or something goes really wrong, look up and look around, because there's opportunity just waiting around that. Like there's a learning moment, and there is masses of opportunity around and above that problem. So it's like to rise above it.
I love that. I need to put that on a little sticky note above my desk. Look up. All right. Last question. Who's inspiring you right now? What podcasts are you listening to, or what's the best book that you've read recently? No prison podcasts.
So you know what? I think I'm getting into Let Them.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought it's really important to have personal accountability, and if someone shows you who they are, believe them. And what Let Them has done is give me the logic behind that thought process. And if someone wants to do something, it's so simple. Let them.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are relating to that right now. Mel Robbins has definitely struck a chord with her podcast and her book. Crystelle, thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode of Worth Your Salt.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
I also want to thank you, Salt Nation. If you have a great success story, I'd love to talk with you and share your story. So tell us why you're worth your salt by emailing us at grow@saltmarketing.co. Of course, be sure to subscribe to Worth Your Salt so you never miss an episode. Finally, leave us a review or give the show a handful of stars wherever you get your content. That's all for this episode of Worth Your Salt. Be sure to join me again next time. In the meantime, let's get out there and shake things up. Oh, that was so much fun. Hold on, let me stop the recording.